Absolutely brilliant. I paid for it.
Well...
Now, as a journalist with outspoken opinions, Mariella will know that sometimes strong views can rub people up the wrong way.
Yeah, and that is what happened to one magazine editor who lost his job when an ill-judged email was made public.
My name is Selene Nelson. I'm a journalist, a food and travel writer, and I'm also a vegan.
My name's William Sitwell. I'm a food writer, I'm a critic on MasterChef, and I used to edit a magazine for Waitrose.
It started as a simple pitch from a young journalist to one of the biggest food magazines in the UK. Selene Nelson emailed the editor of Waitrose Food, suggesting a regular column on vegan cookery. Sounds pretty straightforward, but she received a rather surprising reply. Hi Selene, how about a series on killing vegans one by one? Ways to trap them, make them eat steak and drink red wine? William Sitwell. Selene revealed the exchange online. It became a huge national story, and within 24 hours, William had resigned. A month on, Selene and William have agreed to a lunch date.
Selene has changed the course of my life, which is quite monumental.
It feels like a really strange first date.
Meeting Selene is not something I'm terrified about, but I'm excited to meet her.
I was rehearsing what do I say?
They're meeting at what claims to be London's first vegan pub.
Very nice and green.
Thank you.
William Selene, Selene William. Let's start with the email.
My immediate thought was just shock. I was very shocked, and I hoped you weren't really serious about trying to kill vegans, but I assumed you were being facetious, but I did think there was something behind that.
So tell Selene why you wrote it and what you meant, because she detected hostility there.
Why did I write it? That's a question I'll be asking myself for many years to come. I didn't realise you were a vegan. I just saw the word plant-based and fired back a reply that was obviously flippant and immature and silly.
People will make their own judgments about whether your email was funny. Are you guilty of having a sense of humour, Fadia?
The first thing you have to develop as a vegan is a sense of humour for people teasing you about veganism. They get vegetarianism, but they think veganism is extreme, as I once did. And it's because people don't understand the reality of the dairy industry and the egg industry and what happens and the cruelty.
But I don't think that vegans can occupy the high moral ground on this. Day one of your beautiful vegan world, when the skies are grey, thick with smoke of all the carcasses and the poultry that are no longer needed that are burning, all the livelihoods and the families of people have had their jobs taken away.
This isn't going to be an overnight shift. It's a gradual decline, and it's not destroying them, it's adapting.
What kind of reaction did you get to this? Because it was quite dramatic.
It was pretty severe. Posting pictures wishing the death of my child under a picture of him on Instagram, wishing cancer on me.
I got a reaction very similar to that. People wishing death on me. People constantly sending me meat gifts as if that's going to, like, shock me or appall me.
You know, you made those emails public. He lost his job.
He did lose his job, yeah.
What do you say to him?
I'm sorry you lost your job, William, but that's what happens when you write really rude emails.
Okay, you say, I'm sorry you lost your job, that's what happens if you write a rude email. I mean, half the people in this world would have lost their jobs because of a stupid, flippant thing.
Did he deserve to lose his job over that?
It's a hard question for me to ask. I didn't think it would happen, so that would probably mean no.
I don't blame Selene for it. The fault lies with me for my crass response to your email. You know, I am sorry.
Why don't we discuss that over some vegan food? Because I'm going to make you literally eat your words.
Look at this. I don't know what it is, but it's delicious.
Are you ever going to go vegan?
I think it's unlikely, because I just love chipolatas, bacon. I love the smell of a roasted chicken.
OK, calm down, come on. Get back to the vegan food.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
What do you make of that, Mariella? You were watching that very closely.
It just goes to show that the internet is not the best place for humour, really, or at least,
No.
you know, I think written responses online And also, people are much more bullish in email or on all forms of social media than they are in real life. He would never have said that to her if she'd been sitting opposite him across the table. And I think we really have to learn to slightly mind our manners a bit better when we're in the sort of in that world, because I think people forget that you're dealing with real human beings. But you know, that was just a stupid email to write back, really, wasn't it? Which he will regret for the rest of his life.
Full of regret. You're a
Pesca vegan.
Pesca vegan.
Yeah.
Okay,
I don't know that's an official term, but so I eat fish, but I gave up meat. I had a dear friend of mine who passed away from cancer, so I did that with. She changed her eating habits, and I did that with her for solidarity. And then after I had my 2 children, I discovered I was allergic to dairy. And it's a hormonal change, so I'm now allergic and I can't eat it. So I live a lot like a vegan, and I actually saw that and thought that's a shame, because there's a lot of people out there who aren't vegan by choice, you know, and they things like that actually would help and inspire people, and I think with allergies becoming such a big thing, actually that would have been a nice thing for them to cover.
Have you noticed a difference with your voice or anything like that with cutting dairy back or anything?
Well, actually, the allergy was then affecting my voice as a byproduct of the allergy. So yeah, once it was really affecting my voice, and now I cut it out completely, and that helps things.
Well, you're very much in full voice at the moment with your new album out, Guiding Light, it's called. And this, you've said, is a very personal album to you, and not really about hitting the high notes, but just more about you and your life in general.
I think